Hi, here's my vlog at 7:49. I've actually been up for like an hour. I woke up maybe 6:30, sometime before 7, but I've just been laying here because I'm not used to getting up this early. And I like relaxing in the morning time. So yesterday, I tried to do paperwork. And my mom even came over in the morning. I think I was cleaning and organizing a little bit in the morning, and I was trying to fill out this paperwork, but it was too complicated. I was going to have to call a bunch of people, so I figured I'd do it today. Got stuck. It was to fill out my DVR for education. There's 2 classes I need. Because I think I might want to do as preschool teaching next year. Because it's in education, that's what I do. But we couldn't figure out, so my mom went home, and then I was here, I guess, yeah, cleaning and organizing. I was going to exercise, but my mom needed me to come over because she needed to move she got a roommate and needed to move her modem into her bedroom for the guest room, and that was a long process. It took a while because we had to pull the desk out and then get this little piece of plastic that wasn't letting the cable go through the wall and cut that off, and yeah, and I hope for a couple more things. Hey, she made me a meal or something, but I was there for a while, and then came back here and was cleaning, organizing, realized, that I've pretty much caught up on everything, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I was actually cleaning a lot, until she came. And I was just about to mop, but she came. But, yeah, so I managed. So pretty much the only thing that I really accomplished for myself yesterday, other than finishing up the cleaning, I did do some, no, that's what I did. I was trying to figure out what I did yesterday. For the whole morning, I was working on bikes. Yesterday was going to be my bike day, bike fixing day, because I had too many bikes that were not working. My BMX bike, the front wheel tire went flat, and so I took that out, and it had like a pinch on the bottom. So somehow the rim tape slid or something. I don't know, but I looked at the rim tape, and it had rim tape on it, and I made sure it was all squared away and perfect and flat and everything. So I don't know. Hopefully that won't happen again. But so I pumped that up again, and then I was gonna look at my dropper post. I got this at Community Cycles, a dropper post for RockShox dropper post that is with oil. I guess they're electronic now, but super expensive. Can't remember how I got that. How much I got. I don't think they were much. But I realized that I was trying to do. I was watching the tutorials for the first time to try to do the bleed through, and I was doing the bleed through and everything. And then I pumped it up to 250 psi, and it wouldn't grow up all the way. So I was like, it wouldn't extend. So I was like, I think I need to rebuild the whole thing. So yeah, I ordered a rebuild kit. So. And I already got, spent a lot of money, like $70 on a bleed kit. And so the bleed kit and the rebuild kit, with what I paid for it, it's as expensive as a brand new rebuilt one or an electronic one. I don't know if I got the best deal on that, but at least, at least after I fix it, I'll know how to fix it and everything. And I have another one that I can fix that's outside. It's the Reverb Stealth. So I have to find a bike that has internal housing. I don't think I have any of those. Yeah, so I couldn't do anything with that because I had to order that online. I spent so much money if you get back into cycling, because there's all this stuff you realize you needed. And then I ordered and then I moved to the next bike, which was gravel bike, where I wanted to, the dropper post was for the enduro bike. The gravel bike, I bought it at Community Bikes, Specialized, and I went on a ride. I did the Dirty Model Bismarck, and the front brake totally died. The very first ride I did. So I was going to go try to bleed that through. But then I saw at the tutorial, they were like, yeah, stick the spacer. Or you could use a screwdriver. And I was like, maybe I want the actual spacer to make it easier. So as easy as possible. It was like $12, so I ordered that on Amazon too. So I ordered 2 more, like $80 more stuff on Amazon. Crazy. Oh, and I think today though I get my off-road roller skates. I got crazy like buying stuff. Yeah, I think I have barely enough money to pay taxes actually. Yeah, and I borrowed $20,000 on my house loan the last couple months. It's already gone like that. But luckily I got a summer job. And that'll get my foot in the door in the work world, and then I'll get hired. Oh, and then I can take those 2 classes, 1011 and 1031. Hey, I get hired as a preschool teacher. Yeah, I was watching a video yesterday, and people were saying that they need like men in the preschools these days. So it's like, cool. It's a job that I'm not blackballed from. That's what I'm gonna do today. But yeah, I spent all day just calling people and trying to figure out, because I got on the website for this government. Government websites never work. That's something I realized. They never work. So I got on the site. It was like education, DVR, like education for the classes. And you're supposed to log in, and I set up my profile and everything, and then all of a sudden, like, it kicked me out, and I don't even remember how. I was just out. So then I went to get back in, and then everything was wrong, like the password and everything. But there was no password link reset, and I'm like, and then that pops up this like little review thing, and I'm like, oh well, thanks for at least reviewing. So I typed in, and I'm like, dude, like I need to set my password. So anyways, that's what I do all day today. But yesterday I went over to do lifting weights. Finally I had the time, and I still had the energy, at the end of the day to do it. So I did my dumbbell exercise for the second time ever. I think I did that for the first time in August, and then I didn't do it again because I was going to the gym with my mom, and then spending the rest of the time, trying to like clean up and stuff. And last time I made it to the 25. So what I do is I do dumbbell squat overhead press. So I pick it up, and then I do the dumbbell like this, and then I squat deep enough so that my elbows touch my knees. So it's pretty much like a full squat. When I get tired, I realize I kind of don't squat quite as much for some reason. I lean forward more, but it kind of has to do, how deep you can squat kind of has to do with how limber your calves are. So I'm going to try to stretch my calves and stuff. But yeah, you do 3 sets of 10 at 10 pounds for warm-up, separated by 30 seconds. So then you weigh a minute and a half. Hey, 15 pounds, 3 sets of 10, separated by 30 seconds, minute and a half, 25 pounds, 3 sets of 10, wait a minute and a half, and then 35. And so I did 2 sets of 35. Last time I did, I was only able to do the 6 sets of the 25 and then go back, but I went into the 2 sets of 35 and then went back. So I did everything plus 20 of the 35s. yeah, and I managed to do it. I was dripping sweat. I saw some sweat dripped off my nose at one point, and yeah, I was done. I spent the rest of the day just stretching, and then I went to sleep. I watched the rest of this movie. I have Amazon for the month because I bought stuff. But yeah, so I didn't want to do any more weightlifting after that because I wanted to know how my body felt the next day, just to know what muscles are worked out. And it's on the video exercise is on my main channel. I think the strength that I have that you can see on there is probably pretty, I think it's a pretty like, it's a pretty good average benchmark for strength because, you know, I didn't exercise at all, but I guess I have lingering strength before, so it's kind of like if you're weaker than me, there's something wrong with you, you should work out more. But if you're stronger than me, then you're okay. Anyways, I don't know if I can get anybody to do the exercise. It's been forever since I've been able to get anybody to do anything. I'm like, I painted myself into some kind of a corner or something with the website and the YouTube videos and the Atlantis and stuff. I'm like woo-woo. I'm a woo-woo-y. I got into an argument yesterday with somebody about Atlantis because I was commenting on all these channels, and you know, two of them liked it. Out of all the ones I commented, Billy Carlson's video, and I don't even remember what video that is. I need to go and see what the hell that was, because maybe it was interesting to look at. But somebody liked my comment, and then the Randall Carlson interview with Joe Rogan, somebody liked my comment. But then on this other channel, there's some random dude who is saying that he thought Atlantis was in like Santorini, Greece or something. So I commented, and I was like, no, and I said where it was. But then this time though, and I don't normally do this, and I should have done it with all the other videos, but I went in on a couple of the comments on his videos and I commented to them too. Because somebody commented, yeah, finally somebody is saying that Atlantis really was here, not in the Caribbean. So I commented to them, and I'm like, no, dude, it's here. So then they commented back, and they were like being nasty. Like they were like, you idiot, how could you possibly think that it was in the Caribbean 12,000 years ago? And I was like, no, it was. Then he goes, yeah, no, you moron. He goes, you probably think that the earth is flat too. And I'm like, oh my God. So I commented back, and I told him, I'm like, and I've got 25 of these reasons, but the first one that I lead with is, yo, bro, like, Plato said there was an island in the Caribbean, or, and I said the Caribbean because he said it was amongst a bunch of other islands next to the continents, but that's 350 by 550 kilometers, and it's sunken, and it's there. Oh yeah, because the person said I had zero evidence that it was in the Caribbean. Zero. And I was like, how about this? And they didn't comment back, so I went back to the channel, and it turned out my comment was deleted. Like by the person, some random dude who owned the channel who wasn't getting involved in the comments. And so I commented again. I'm like, you deleted my comment, and I said it one more time. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to waste time going back there. I noticed nobody commented back, but that's how it is. Like, nobody wants to engage me. Maybe one time, but then they realize, maybe they go to my website and they're like, whoa, I don't want to argue this dude. But anyways, I can't remember how I got on that, but this morning, oh yeah, I should talk about Atlantis today because I have juice. Because that was what I was going to do every day, talk about Atlantis. Yeah, but I didn't work out anymore yesterday because I wanted to, even though I could have, you know, because it wasn't too late, but I wanted to know, like, exactly what it did to the body, like what muscles it worked. And so if I don't work out at all and then I get up to today, I know that it was all from that one exercise, so I know what it does. And man, my lungs are so fucked. I need to... God, I hope my lungs get better before I run out of Advair. This is the last medication that I have. and I only have 19 hits left, and I don't have any money to get another one, and I'm like, so fucked. My life's gonna turn into living hell if I don't heal my asthma by the time those 19 puffs run out, because they're $411 each, dude. I don't have anywhere near amount of money for that. I mean, I guess I could take all my HELOC loan out and lose my apartment, but at least I'll be able to breathe. But no, I'm kind of glad nobody hired me this summer or last summer, when I spent 3 months applying for each and every job I could find. 80 jobs on Indeed this time. Because, yeah, now I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to work some random ass job. I want to be a teacher, you know? And the teaching jobs, once I get educated for it and that's qualified, I'm sure they'll have to hire me, because even though I have a website, because apparently they need teachers, so who are qualified, because I wanted to get a job that used my college degree. That was the only job I could find that actually uses a college degree. Don't ever go to college unless you're going there for an actual job, you know. So anyways, hopefully I don't think there's as many brainwashed parents these days as there were when I was growing up. I'm going to go and comment on my alma mater, Fort Loser College, and rail into them whenever I get a chance. But anyway, yeah, so I got up this morning and I felt that my biceps were sore. Not very sore, a little bit tight sore, but no, I worked my biceps. My pecs a little bit on the top, mostly the back. The upper back on my back, and my legs though. My legs were sore anyway because I rode 5 hours a day before, but now I can feel that soreness from that is from like the inside, lower inside of my leg got worked by it. So yeah, and I felt just overall like I got a workout, and it was 41 minutes. The entire thing was 41 minutes. With, I think, healthy, good timed breaks in between, 30 seconds between sets and a minute and a half between weights. I was working at the gym for a couple months, working out at the gym, not working. I was applying for work. They didn't want to have anything to do with me. I applied, it's literally across the street. I applied for a janitor job for 16 bucks an hour, and they didn't hire me. I applied it the proper way, online, right as soon as it got advertised. So maybe they think they're doing me a favor. They're like, what's this brilliant intellectual doing applying for just a janitor job? Like, you should try to get a teaching job. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and see if it'll actually work. But oh, and I also need to, whenever I get around to it, and I want to do soon, is write letters to foundations to get a grant, because I like bitch and moan that nobody wants to help me, but I've never actually properly asked, you know, the foundations. I'll have a leg to stand on after I ask, but I wanted to take the test first, you know, so there's like an order. It's just, yeah, having to put all these different things together at the same time. But anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, hey, let's just hear how strong people are on that exact exercise. That's something that I invented myself. I kind of got the idea from this CrossFit exercise I saw people doing before. The dumbbell doozy, I call it. I think they call it the CrossFit bear. Or the dumbbell bear, because they have this thing called the bear with barbells. Yeah, so anyways. So, yeah, but I slept like a baby last night, and I woke up at like 6:30, like totally awake, ready to go. So I'm a total diurnalist now. Yeah, maybe I should have run my 10 miles today, but no, but I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm gonna have as big of a breakfast as I can, and then try to be patient. Man, I should go to my mom's house, because I get stressed out when stuff takes forever and it's complicated. Like, I'm like traumatized by like paperwork and stuff, because it never works, you know. I got kicked out of school, and none of these government websites work, including this one. So, and then when you call, nobody answers. Like, some of these, like, libertarians say government is fucked. I can understand what they're talking about. There's a quality control problem with government. But especially when it comes to websites, dude. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm up to today. If I do nothing but fill out this DVR thing, then I've had a good day. Because day before yesterday I rode 5 hours, and yesterday, even though it was only 41 minutes, I got enough exercise for my body to like have its hands full, fixing itself up. But anyway, so if I get this if this DVR thing doesn't take all day and I get it done on time, I'm definitely going to go to the bike park today and do the jumps. But I was thinking about going on a legit actual mountain bike ride. I wanted to do a mountain bike ride on all my bikes, Like I have a cross country mountain bike, 29er mountain bike that I got over at Community Bikes that only has like a single front chainring. It's like one of those new kind, and I was like, I wanted to take that out on a ride, at least one ride. But I need to get going on these jumps because I'm still a beginner at it. I can do the ramp jumps, so I'm doing it. It's just a beginner. So anyways, here's where I do Atlantis. I did that for editing so I can find it easier. Okay, so today's theme about Atlantis, and there's lots of themes. Like tomorrow I could do one about the arrogance of people who disbelieve, because of like this idiot I was talking to yesterday, who was like totally anonymous. Their channel was some just like their hands just went on the keyboard. But today's theme, and then you could do a theme about like every day it could be a different reasoning. Yes, last time it was like in a concept of a combo lock, like he's like, you have zero evidence. And it's like, dude, there's an island the exact same size as what Plato said, 550 by 350 kilometers. Oh, and guess what? It's a sunken island like how he said. And let me guess, that's zero evidence. So, and that was just the first out of 25 reasons I could give him. That's why I wanted this idiot to come back to me. He'd be like, oh, that's zero evidence. And I'll go, well, here's another one. And then you beat it in the ground, and then you give them all the reasons why it's, if it didn't happen, there's no way it would be there. And then they're like, I refuse to believe. And then you bombard them with yet another answer, another reason. And then at the end of the 25, you're like, really? So all those 25 reasons put together don't give a reason? No. Okay, fine. But that was last time. But today's going to be geopolitics. The reason why you'd want to do it for geopolitics. I wrote the CIA again yesterday, for the second time. The first time I was kind of mean. This time I was like, I was just calmly explaining. I'm like, I said the same thing that I said last time, though. Last time I was like, you guys need to pixelate so that the Chinese don't do it. But this time I was more explicit. I was like, look, you need to pixelate it, or the Chinese and the Russians are going to do it, and then they're going to rub it in everybody's faces that they were the ones who showed the real satellite images of it, and not America, even though it's right next to America. It's going to be a big old, like, losing face. The Chinese will be like, I made you lose face, I made you lose face, haha. So, but I think the reason that they had to pixelate it like that was because they needed to excavate out all of the statues, Like, when you look at Atlantis, now I'm not like coming at them like I'm psychic or the aliens told me. This is just common sense. Apparently I'm the only person in the world with common sense. It's just a 1 = 2. 1 + 1 = 2, dude. Like, if you know that's Atlantis, then guess what? There's a bunch of... Then that's still Atlantis. It was Atlantis then, and it's still Atlantis now. Meaning it's all still there. It's not like everybody picked up all the statues and took off. There's going to be stuff laying around. They probably brought most of the valuable things away from it because they knew it was going to crash. That's why they went to Egypt. But there were some, maybe even the Temple of Poseidon. Even in the Temple of Poseidon, there's going to be some things left over. Like statues left over. So they're probably scouring to try to get stuff. And so what I wrote, I'm like, recover the knowledge crystals from the statue heads ASAP. Because that's just where I would guess what it would be, you know? You have all those crystal skulls. Well, obviously, whoever made those crystal skulls would have had those crystal skulls mounted on a head. They wouldn't just be random-ass severed heads. Who goes around with random-ass severed heads? They would have it attached to a actual statue, you know, if it's in a secured place, like the Temple of Poseidon. And then inside that would be the knowledge, like the hard drive of all the knowledge that they have. And so maybe that's what they're looking for. But they need to hurry up. Because people are going to, because you can't hide that blue, because even if you were to hide that really light colored blue in the Caribbean, the island of Atlantis, you know, that light blue, it's the only place that's light blue in the entire world. That big. A huge area of light blue. And so, you know, you can like tamper it down and make it look kind of dark to make it look like the ocean, or you could make it look all the way like the ocean. So you can't even tell it's light blue at all. It just looks like it's the fucking 2 miles deep all the way through the entire Bahamas. But the problem with that is people remember that that was the light blue in their memories. So then they'll be like, wait, wasn't that blue yesterday? Light blue? Why is it all dark blue today? You know, and even the idiot people who let you just depixelate everything on them, they would finally say something. And so you can't do that. And so if you can't do that, that means you can't hide that it's actually 350 by 550 kilometers. And you also can't hide that Plato said that, because Plato's books are all over the place, even in printed form. So you can't hide it. All you have to do is just hope that the time doesn't come when people realize that that 3,000 stadia is 550 kilometers, because 185 stadia, 185 meters is a kilometer. So you do the math. And 2,000 stadia is 350 kilometers. But guess what? The island is exactly that size, and guess what else? It's sunken, like how Plato said. That's all you need for anybody with any bit of common sense. For some reason, nobody has. I'm the only one in the world with common sense. So all I have to do is twiddle my thumbs and wait. It'll be like maybe 6 months, a year. No more, definitely no more than 10 years. Probably, to be realistic, probably about 5 years or 3 years to maybe a couple of years, dude. Like, it's gonna come unraveled really fast, dude. I'd probably say about 2 or 3 years before people go, wait, hang on. Yeah, and then they're gonna be like, and how come it's not pixelated? Because I also have proof that it used to be pixelated. Because at the beginning of August, it got pixelated for a day. Because I looked at it, you know, and I was like, because just to be depressed, you know, to look at it and be like, oh, I can't believe they did that. But then it got pixelated again, and I thought they did it on purpose, but it was on accident. But luckily, I took a video of it because I was doing a tour, because I got excited it got pixelated. And I didn't bother to do any screen captures on actual Google Earth, like all the screen captures, which was dumb as hell, because I could have done it then and there. It was so stupid. And then the next day they pixelated again, only worse than before. Yeah, and see, and by the way, when I talk to you on the camera and everything, no sign of life. Look at my YouTube channel. 0 likes, 0 comments, 0 sign of life. There is a lot of nasty meanness if I go out on YouTube and innocently say that it's in the Caribbean. I get told that I think the Earth's flat and that I have not a single piece of evidence from some anonymous person named JK6525678, and somehow they think that they're right. So, anyways, yeah, and then it causes me to be not even the last person on Earth. Even if there was only last person, you're the last person on Earth, I still wouldn't fucking hire you for anything or for whatever. So, yeah, this world, man, is so fucked up. Anyway, so that's the, because of you guys, you idiots. So that's the reasoning for Atlantis this time. The geopolitics of it. /geopolitics/ all you need is one reason. Just look at the island. And they can't depixelate the island, you know. So, but I could show before and afters of the depixelation. So that's what I did when I wrote the CIA. I'm like, there's nothing you motherfuckers can do. Like, I look at this video. I sent him the video where I showed that it was pixelated again. And it's on YouTube. And then I told him I did screen captures, which I did. I did last night, though. And that I spread them all over, which I will. I didn't yet, but I told him that I did. Yeah, I sent them off to Italy and give them to my mom to hide somewhere and stuff like that. If anybody else wants me to send you like a card or whatever, you know, just to back up the data, you know. So anyways, tomorrow I'll think of a theme tomorrow, because there's always like a theme that I could attach to it, to the argument. Anyways, but yeah, my body, I'm glad I finally did that exercise yesterday. And so if I get this DVR thing fixed today, and even manage to go to the bike park and maybe do some jumps, I'm gonna feel like I'm getting the balls rolling, you know, with my life finally. What happened was I was working on my website so long, you know, that I neglected everything. And when you neglect everything in your life, especially an apartment like mine that's super complex, because I spent like 3 months and $20,000. That's how I got in debt. Setting up my apartment, you know, to make it like Pee-wee's Playhouse. But then if you like let it, you know, unravel, it takes a while to get it back. Just to clean it takes a while. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. Because I was just, you know, and another reason why I neglected so long is because all that stuff that I did on the site, you know, like there's a lot that I did on my site that you can't see. The Google Earth stuff. I built so much stuff on Google Earth and I think you can download it all, pretty much everything, except for the roads of Italy, because I can't even open the file. I need to get a better computer for that. Oh, my mom just got a new computer. Maybe I could see if her computer can open it. And now I was going to go to the library and see if one of them could open it, so that I could then break up the file and then upload the individual pieces. I have all the roads of ancient Italy, ancient Rome, on Polygon. So the exact width that they were, so you can zoom in and zoom out on them and, you know, do cinema photography. And they go to all of the different towns. Yeah, the like 1,300 towns they had in those days. So yeah. But anyways, if I sit here and just listed all the stuff that I built, like it would take like a half hour just to list. And it's all superlative and like complete. And so, like I did everything of this and so it's like, yeah, so I've got my work cut out for me. But I mean, it's cool. I could make some great YouTube videos, because the time-consuming part is to create the model. But once you have a model, and that's why I have it downloaded on Google Earth, because any random person can download the stuff I built on Google Earth, and then they can make YouTube videos from it. It's like 100 times more, 1,000 times more time-consuming, 100 times more time-consuming to make a model than to make the video of it. But to make the video of it is like the interesting part. I made a whole bunch of videos that I actually deleted once. It sucks, all the different tribes and towns of ancient France. But anyway, so that's kind of one thing I've been spending the last 5 years on, you know, on just in Google Earth. So when you look at my website and you see that it's not all done, you know, it's because I sacrificed all that time doing the Google Earth, which isn't even really linked yet because I haven't had the time yet. So anyway, so that's what I'm up to today. And yeah, I'm going to upload this now and then scroll and find out where the Atlantis said, edit that in. Yeah, and then call my mom and see if I can go over to her house and do this DVR stuff all day long. And call people because of their stupid website. And yeah. Okay, yeah, wish me luck. Talk to you tomorrow.